Yes, a game. So you guys ready to start?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Yep. I'm ready.
Dope! Welcome back to New Cammack. In the last session, the combined efforts of Darby and Excavo defeated Wally, the Nosferatu ghouled alligator whose corpse was resurrected by the Horseman Death to serve as one of his zombie guards in his underground storm drain sanctum. Despite the efforts of Archibald and Augustyn to prevent the horseman's escape, Death has squeezed through a set of metal bars and into a drainage pipe, and is now slowly swimming away to freedom. That is, unless our heroes can catch him. Also, Augustyn crammed plants up Death's beehole and animated them to tear him up from the inside, so that's happening. Archibald and Augustyn are in the pool, looking at the ass end of Death swimming away, and Darby and Excavo are on the walkway surrounding the pool, having just killed Wally.
Okay, I'm gonna since I know the bars are malleable, I'm gonna use my sledgehammer and just go through the grate like I guess we could have this entire time.
Give me a strength plus potence plus athletics roll.
I know I'm not in combat, but I do have the sledgehammer melee specialty too.
Sure.
Is that a thing? So instead of athletics?
Yeah, you can use melee.
Cool. Okay.
Usually strength checks are athletics, but yeah, you're swinging a melee weapon around, so sure.
Oh my god.
I have 11 dice, so this better work.
The replicant.
Very casual. Oh no.
Okay, yeah. You swing you swing your sledgehammer into the metal bars, and you already cracked one of them, and the rest of them go just about as easily. It's a tricky thing to do because you're underwater, and it's hard to swing heavy things around when you're underwater. But you managed to figure out something where you were bracing yourself, holding one bar, and then swinging your whole body into the bars. Right. Anyway, you managed to knock 3 of the bars out with your 3 successes, and that is enough for any of you to squeeze through.
Yay!
Yay! Look at that.
All of my living plants have already exhausted their animation time, right? Are they still dangling in the water and shit behind? Any of them?
The plants that you crammed up the asshole of the Horseman Death are not dangling. You puppeteered him before activating them, so they'd all be internal. This is horrible.
But the
all
vines I used to constrict him within the pipey doos.
Oh, the pipey doos. Though you added those after he was already kind of halfway through. They're still there. They're still around the metal bars, but they're not animated anymore.
I know this is hyper-specific, as is the nature of such a magnanimous creature as I. But what is the texture of the pipe into which Death swam? Is it smooth? Is it grippy? Could a fibrous entity grab it and sling a less fibrous sponge bag down the tube?
I do not understand. You're wondering if a plant can just go in the direction of the dude?
Can I animate my plants to grip onto the tube walls and grab me and sling me faster than I can swim?
A slingshot.
Yeah, well, you are on the other side of the bars. The vines, this is papyrus, right? You're using papyrus stalks. Yep. They can definitely use the bars themselves, the ones on either side that have not been broken off yet. They can use them as leverage and grab you and try to slingshot you.
Or would it be, okay, this is kind of creative table talk, but would it be better served if I kind of wiggled through, wrapped my forearms in papyrus, animated them, and was be my limbs, and had them claw crawl me through the tube, swim sprinting at Death?
That sounds way cooler, I'll tell you that much. I like that one. I like that one a lot.
That's a fucking nightmare.
I think we're thinking too hard about this. We just need to go.
That is exactly
It's like
what I'm
right
doing.
there. He like just went through. It's like no, sudden plans.
Nah, man.
Either of those that you want to do, you are welcome to roll for.
I am sure as fuck squeezing through those pipes and wrapping my arms in viney dews with papyrus and going, "Come to life! Get 'em!" and having them drag me towards death.
Okay, so you're using Dance of Vines, and the order that you're giving the plants is like, help me climb that way real fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna forcibly wrap them around my arms and grab them so I'm kind of latched, and then while they're animated, be like, "Go that way," and see if they can like pull me.
All right. Well, I will need, if no one else is interfering with this, I will need a willpower roll from you.
Oh,
Boom. All right, 3 successes. Give me an occult plus intelligence roll to see how many turns you can animate them. Oh boy. So that is no successes. So what you do is you yank the plants off of the metal bars, and you just kind of like yell underwater, doing your constipated sounding incantations, and nothing in particular happens, but I will let you burn another blood point to try again.
and that would put me at
Because you
5
can do that
blood?
once per turn. That would put you at 6.
Okay, and do I need to re-roll the will, or do I just re-roll the time?
I'll let you just reroll occult plus intelligence.
Because you are a benevolent god. All long live Persia.
Already did it.
3 successes. Okay, yeah. You can scramble through the pipe pretty quickly. Now, I think Archibald and Augustyn both express interest in going through the pipe and chasing after death. What do Archibald? You see what's going on here. Do you let Augustyn go first?
Well, I mean, his plant thing didn't really work, did it?
It did on the second try. It just
it did on the
he
second try.
he wasted 1 turn on a failed
okay.
roll, and then so there was
So it's
a
the
delay
same
of
action. Okay.
a few seconds. Yeah.
Do I have to roll to go like this and just grab on? I want to go for
To
a
grab
ride.
Augustyn? Oh,
Yeah, I'm just going for a ride.
I don't suppose you would need to roll for that.
Okay, and as I do, I even though we're underwater, I whisper toward him, holding part of the broken bar that I destroyed, and said, "I guess this grate wasn't so great after all."
Just underwater.
Exactly like that. Thanks for translating.
Excavo and Darby, while this is happening, what are you doing?
So we just killed Wally. Like the last breath has just whatever animating force.
Yeah, you would have heard some noises, and you'd be aware that Augustyn and Archibald are now going through the broken bars in the big pipe.
Okay, important question for the guy above my shoulder. Do I remember my
It looks like you're sitting on my lap, by the way.
I like it. My failed torpedo Ted attempt from my brainwashing.
I see no reason why you wouldn't.
Because I tried to torpedo Tom, Ted. I think it's Ted. We decided.
Torpedo Darby.
I think I failed miserably to do this. And I'm wondering if I remember that I failed miserably to do this. Because it was right before the snake thing happened.
You do. That memory was not manipulated.
Great. I'm extra self-conscious about it, and I'm trying again.
To hit something? Or to just do like a sweet-ass dive?
Sweet-ass, like, torpedo dive right into the grate.
Okay, just to get there in a hurry.
That's right.
Okay, so you would be coming up right behind Augustyn, followed by Archibald, give me a dexterity plus athletics plus celerity roll. And Torpedo Tom is Tom Petty, we found out.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's Torpedo Ted. That's Mario.
I was right the first time. I said Ted the first time. All right. I just want to ask one question before I hit enter on this roll. There's some mechanic by which you can burn blood to guarantee... There's a couple of things that I'm considering doing, actually, before I attempt this. You can burn blood to guarantee successes on things.
If it's... you're thinking potence.
That's potence. Only potence that works out like that. Okay. And then also, you can simply raise your powers. Like, you can just be stronger for a while by burning blood. And I think the shame of failing the first attempt at torpedo tedding has enraged Darby to the point that I for the rest of the scene would like to increase my dexterity level.
Okay. You also have the option of spending a temporary willpower point to get an automatic success, but that would be just for one roll.
I did recently just buy another willpower point, but I don't think this is that important. But I do. I want to raise my dexterity for a scene, which I think costs what? A blood?
1 blood per dot of any physical trait that you want to increase, and you can spend 4 more blood before you will be hungry.
Okay, great.
So you can put all of that. You can put 2 blood into dexterity, and you will have 6 dots of dexterity for the rest of the scene. Or you could put more blood in, and you'll have more dexterity for like a few turns.
Well, that takes me up to 10, so I like that plan. So I'm going to roll 10 dice. That's 10 dice is what I mean. It'll take me up to 6 total dexterity for right now, temporarily.
Okay.
So I'm just extremely wily, like real hyped up. Real ornery.
2 blood spent.
Correct. Oh, no.
That's a lot of ones.
Oh, no.
Belly flop.
So that's actually a botch. That's 2 successes and 3 ones.
Should have bought successes instead of dice.
Darby, no.
10 dice. Man, god damn it.
So
You're starting strong tonight.
So fresh off of defeating Wally, who may have been the toughest opponent yet, because it took like 2 full sessions to kill him. Excavo, what you see Darby do is stand up with purpose and adjust his very hydrodynamic hat and like brace himself, and you see him burning that blood. You see him like gathering up like that extra dexterous energy and like approaching the edge of the pool like an Olympic diver ready to what's it called? Dive into it. And Darby like starts to fall down, and right as he's almost parallel with the water, you see his legs spring into action, and he shoots into the water just face first into the opposite wall. Like you see him crumple and just accordion against it and just kind of like splay out. And you hear some very rednecky sounding muffled cursing kind of bubbling up from under the surface.
Do I think he needs help? Like, is he saying help, or is he just frustrated that his
I don't appear to have taken any damage from this. Just really embarrassed myself. What happened to just swimming?
Oh no! Hold on 1 second.
Oh no! What?
Wait, what? No, what? Wait,
no,
no.
When the GM is rolling a dice.
If that is what
bad.
draws Thurgood back out, I'm going to bed.
I'm just gonna sleep right here in my computer chair.
Never mind that.
No.
Never mind that roll.
Uh-oh.
It'll play out however it will.
Just rolling like a champ.
There we go.
3 1s, 2 2s, and a 3.
The squirrel survived.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh no!
The squirrel?
The squirrel that's inside Darby's hat.
Oh my god.
Squeak, squeak 'em, squeak, squeak 'em.
No, it's cool. Water can't get in. It's airtight.
It is a very well-fitting
Is
hat.
it?
It was at least...
Which
For
is also
Darby.
concerning for the squirrel for a different way, but at least it won't drown.
Yeah, is there any air in there?
Excavo, so you see everyone but you in the water. What do you do?
How far did I get? I
so-
slammed into the opposite wall, so I'm like over here.
So I
Yeah, you are
I see
next to the
him.
grate.
yeah, I am next to the grate. I'm over here.
Oh no, Darby
Is that
is,
right?
is next to the grate. You are next to Zombie Wally, but you can be wherever you want to be.
I come over here like how do they say un person normal, and
Like a normal person?
yes,
That doesn't sound right.
un person normal, and I try and swim through the hole. I assume I can see through the grate. Can I see what's in there? Like underwater?
You see,
Can vampires see underwater?
yeah, as well as
You have heightened
People
senses, so.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I want to, look at where I'm going, and like a like a calmer person after seeing all these people doing what they're trying to do, I go through the grate and I swim forward through that hole.
Okay, so I think the progression is Death swimming away. Augustyn is right behind him, followed by Archibald, who's latched on to Augustyn's leg. Excavo scurries in behind them, and then Darby catches up in the rear. So you guys, the pipe isn't very long, and as you go through it, you see that there's this whole scene has been very dark, lit by the one oil lamp in the other room, and the light kind of reflected into this room from it. So everything's been very dark. Your eyes have adjusted to the dark, and as you're going through the pipe, you see that there is a light source on the other side. It's a short pipe. It's maybe 10, 15 feet, something like that. And Death has already exited the other side of it, but as you also exit through the other side of the pipe, you see that the other side of the pipe comes out in the bottom of a large pond or small lake. I'm not certain of the distinction between those. And overhead there's the moon, and it is illuminating the area pretty well. You see Death, like, he's no longer swimming. He's standing not very far from you and just kind of slowly walking away from you with his back to you in the way that you do when you're on the bottom of a lake.
Murder.
Murder it is, everyone.
We're out of the pipe.
Are we still underwater?
Yes.
Oh.
So we're out of the pipe, and we're under what we presume to be a pond or a lake or something, like a natural body of water. Is the ground beneath us porous? Can my vines grab dig into the dirt to accelerate me overtaking Death?
Absolutely. It's not a very deep thing. It's like maybe 15 feet deep, maybe 20 in the middle.
It's not very deep. It's just the deep end of the pool plus a few.
Yeah.
I think Augustyn found trying to scream enchantments underwater to be very frustrating, and I think in the most cartoonishly irritable state, his vines are just absolutely going ham, charging at the back of Death, trying to villainously tear him apart.
All right. So what is your intention when you actually catch up to him? Which happens, if you're running out of it, happens pretty much immediately.
The vines are doing the movement, so while my legs are free and so too are my hands, I'm gonna grab my tontos, and it didn't work up his bum, but it sure bet they work in the back of his head.
Oh, shit.
Let's go.
I'm doing some similar things with my respective weapons.
let's say it sounds like everybody's going into combat. Let's roll for initiative. Everyone roll one die for me, please.
A modest 6.
3.
Looky there. Darby has the highest initiative.
It's a fucking miracle.
Surprise.
It happened. Right after a botch. I was due. Hyper vigilant after failing so hard.
Because what we all really need the high numbers for is initiative.
That's right. Really helps your objectives.
Excavo, are you doing anything?
Yeah, we want to kill this death thing. I would use my gun first. Granted, it's not.
Then I pull out my gun.
I have a 9, my little handgun.
Okay,
Yes,
I think
I shoot it dead.
my call before was they're like, I think the damage roll will have a higher difficulty. Like that's how we'll do like the different mechanics for shooting a gun underwater, and maybe the
right,
firing.
we're still underwater.
Yep.
So there's no like surface that we can see?
Oh, there is a surface. It's overhead. You could swim up to it.
Yeah, because it is wild. Because we don't need to breathe. I would probably still shoot just because I'm not a fast swimmer.
I'm going to say there's going to be increased difficulty for your damage roll and your 2-hit roll to represent the increased likelihood of the gun like possibly jamming underwater. But you can do that. Next up, Augustyn, you are running up and stabbing the dude with a tonto.
Whipping out my tontos and trying to insert them into the back of his newly found orifice in the back of his head.
Oh boy, we're using the word orifice again. This bodes well.
The
Wait,
prelude
no, poorly,
to the word
very
holes.
poorly.
New face holes.
Ugh. Face holes too.
More of
The holening.
Oh my god. Archibald, what are your intentions?
Jumping off of the Augustyn plant thing, and just using my high jump prowess and then coming down hard with a big old sledgehammer.
I am not sure you could really jump underwater and fall in the way that you're...
that's true.
Could you
you're right.
perhaps use the momentum of like getting
You can...
an angular swing with the sledge to get forward momentum to like Thor yourself off of holding me to like propel yourself forward?
I kind of like that.
You can
So
jump
there- I was-
horizontally.
Yeah, I'll jump horizontally then. Yeah, instead of arcing.
Okay, and you're hitting him with your sledgehammer?
Yeah.
Okay. And Darby, you are in the back, but Death is moving so slowly and you're so close that you can run up and do whatever before anyone else. What do you want to do?
So I want to search him for a magic jewel like the other one had. We know from interrogating the medics that they're very unconcerned with just being killed. So I want to see if there's any kind of magic trinkets on this guy, and take him, like run up and like rough him up and steal his jewelry.
Give me just an intelligence roll. That's 2 dice for you.
Okay. Oh, Darby.
Cool. You remember clearly, even though I think it was only Thurgood who saw this, but somehow you conjure up.
Well,
a
he has
memory.
1 point of intelligence because of Thurgood, so it's like plausible and within game mechanics that he could be getting some insight from Thurgood's experience.
And Darby, as Darby, also got close to Death, so would have had a second opportunity to see this. You remember that Death had a golden amulet of some sort around his neck. Let me bring up the.
Is it like
description.
an Egyptian ankh? Or ankh? How do you say that word?
Ankh.
I think.
Ankh,
think
I
it's
think.
ankh.
I think it's ankh. It's one of those things where, like, as I said it, I was like, have I ever heard this aloud?
Or it's like coming out of your mouth like,
From the light of the oil lamp, you saw that light glinting off of a golden medallion worn around his neck. And let me give you a bit more of a description of what you saw before, since you got 2 successes. I should give you 2 pieces of detail.
I gotta take off the dunce hat. I mean, I'm a sophisticated investigator here.
Oh, the camera hat.
Camera hat instead.
That guy thinks he's so cool.
It is a necklace with a smallish, kind of like a little less than the size of a playing card, like hammered gold. Playing card's a good analogy, like a little sheet of metal with a shape imprinted in it, and it looks kind of like a flower, like a kind of spiky flower that goes like up in one direction, but it doesn't resemble at all in any way the thing that Pestilence was wearing.
Nonetheless, Darby is spending his turn attempting to steal it.
Snatch it? Okay.
Yeah.
Darby, give me a... Actually, you have enough dexterity plus athletics that... I'm going to say that would not require a roll. There's a general rule that you can often skip over rolls if the number of dice that you are rolling is higher than the difficulty of the roll. Especially for non-combat kinds of things. It's kind of a common house rule that you can just, save some time and skip over it. So you run up, and remembering where it is, you reach around behind the guy, and you snatch this necklace right off of his neck. Archibald, you are swinging your sledgehammer. Give me a dexterity plus melee roll, please.
Do I use potence with that?
Not until the damage roll. But if you're not burning for celerity, you do add your celerity dots to it.
But if you were to burn for celerity, you would get 3 actions. So
I'm going to burn for celerity and try a thing. How do I do that?
Properly, you're supposed to declare that during the, declaring your actions phase, but I'm going to let you get away with it.
But since I don't know how to play this game 33 sessions in.
That's totally fine.
Thank you.
Throw yourself at the mercy of the storyteller. But
You
I
can
don't know
burn-
any of the rules, Gwen.
You can burn 1 or 2 blood points depending on how many extra actions you want.
I'll just do 1.
Okay. And you're going to spend both of those actions swinging your sledgehammer?
Yep.
Okay. So your second action is going to come at the end of the round. Give me a dexterity plus melee plus 1 roll. 3 successes.
Okay.
And for damage, please give me a strength plus potence plus 4. Roll that many dice. 1, 2.
Oof. That doesn't look
That's 2
super
successes.
good. Oh, good.
So you swing your sledgehammer. It connects with Death in the side. You're just aiming kind of for the middle of him. It connects with him really solidly, and he sort of bounces off and floats a couple feet away. And it's ambiguous whether or not it actually did any damage to him. It's hard to see details. Augustyn, give me a dexterity plus melee roll. Hey, that's 1 success. All right. Now give me a strength plus 1 roll to see the damage you do.
Strength plus 1 minus 1, so 2.
Correct. Hey, there's 1.
Woo!
You feel the Tonto bounce off of the back of his head, not entering it as you would like.
This guy's skull is thick with 2 C's all.
Excavo, please give me a dexterity plus firearms roll.
Oh Okay. No.
You fire your gun, and it goes wide, missing Death.
I fired and I missed. This is Archibald.
Oh no. That is whatever that was, that's bad. A lot of bad shit is about to go down here.
Oh God. On the
Oh
cease.
no.
Okay, so when Archibald swung his sledgehammer and hit Death, Death turned around just momentarily to see who just wailed on him. And you see his face, kind of. He's wearing a plain white mask, still covered in tattered robes. He reaches out a hand and seems to concentrate in the direction of Archibald. And everyone feels the water go chilly and start to look a little cloudy. And Archibald, you feel all of your muscles suddenly clench up, as if you're experiencing rigor mortis. And you find yourself unable to move and frozen as if staked. And you will, for several more turns, be in this state. I will let you know when it eases up. But for the moment, you are out of play as a result of this. Death... He's now turned around and he's looking at all of you, and he's continuing to walk away with his hands kind of up, and it looks like he's likely to try to attack someone else. Excavo, what do? Are you gonna try to shoot him again?
Yes, because now I don't want to be near him in case he does that to me. Yeah. Even if it wasn't successful the first time, yes, I would probably... Would I reload? I feel like I have to reload. Or no? Do we just ignore reloading because it's fantasy?
You don't have an empty magazine yet.
Okay.
You're good.
You've only fired
It's
it like
fantasy.
4
You
different
don't need
rounds.
to reload.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, I would fire again.
Augustyn, are you trying to use your Tonto again?
Okay, so what is this? This is round 2?
Yes.
So I have this round and next round for my vines to be active?
Correct.
Maybe plants are his secret weakness.
Well, my thought is like... Okay, so he's looking. My vines are already stabbing the ground and, like, propelling me forward in a manic, frenzied, like, forward motion. Can I have them protrude into his eyes and, wielding myself against them, kind of shove my hands into the top of his head, planting my feet on his shoulders and trying to pull the top half of his head off?
Just
I'm trying to think of ways to say this more simply, but like...
You're trying to pull part of his head off of the rest of his head.
Yeah. I'm trying to use the plants to do it. Like, the plants to blind him, and then my hands to grab his mouth and go, yoink! This is mine now.
It's worth remembering that he has a mask on with rather small eye holes. So anything targeting the eyes you could do, but difficulty would be higher.
So it might be smarter to go ahead and have the vines, like, try and pull the mask off? Like, slap him off or something?
You can do that. You can tell him to get the mask off.
I think I'm gonna try that. I think I'm gonna have them attempt to remove the mask, and just assuming that that's gonna work, like preparing my body to like try and pry the top half of his head from the bottom half. With success or fail, like I'm just trying to like do this complicated motion so my body's already prepared as I'm telling the vine to do this. Success or fail.
Okay. So you're having the plants go for the mask, and at the same time, you are just doing kind of a like grappling, brawling, head mangling thing, regardless.
Yep, I'm assuming I'm gonna see an open gaping mouth hole that I can put my fingers in and just yoink.
Oh, like
Yeah,
like the upper jaw.
In his mouth, pull it off with my hands. Like, let's go.
Holy shit. Okay. Archibald, you have the option of trying to break free of this paralysis that you're feeling. There's a willpower roll that you can do, difficulty of 7, and if you get 2 successes, you can regain control of your body. You do feel like your muscles are so stiff that if you fail at this, you will get a small amount of damage.
You know what? Let's just go for it, team.
Dope.
That's the spirit.
So Darby, you have this necklace in your hands. You saw Death kind of like turn around and apparently freeze Archibald. What do you do?
Yeah, I think when Darby sees Death get his hands up like it's go time, I think Darby is fired up. He's ready to rumble. And he's juiced up with like extra redneck power from his resurrection. And I think he grabs his remaining 2 chakrams and, pockets the stolen necklace, grabs his 2 remaining chakrams and attacks.
I think all of his chakrams are still on the hat.
Oh, did I reholster them?
Yep.
Well, so I grabbed the 2 most handy chakrams at the top, and come at him melee style. I try to meet his hands like he was coming up for spells. I'm trying to like slice his hands up and fuck up his magic with my chakrams. Like, oh, you want to dance, wizard man? Let's go.
All right. Are you just doing that as one attack?
Nope. Each chakram is 1 separate attack, and I'd like to burn for celerity.
Got it. All right. Give me a dexterity plus melee roll, please.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
4 successes.
4.
So for damage, please give me strength plus potence plus 5.
Okay, so that's going to be 12.
Damn.
Damn indeed.
I see 7 successes. Jesus.
Nice.
Redneck power.
It's too powerful.
He's got that deep Hoosier magic.
PBR punch.
Only soaked 3, bitch. Well, only soaked 2, bitch.
So the first chakram, Death's hands are up. It goes like deep into his arm. It cuts one of his arms pretty badly. You've grievously injured the closest arm to you, which I'm going to say is his left arm. Up next, Archibald, please give me a willpower roll difficulty of 7.
How do you do a willpower roll? Do I just do the amount of willpower that I have?
Yeah, that is going to be
5. Okay.
I see 1 success.
Aha.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
You needed 2.
Oh,
Great.
no.
Cool. Good.
Difficulty 7, 2 successes needed. You struggle against the paralysis that you're feeling, and your muscles are... You're kind of tearing your own muscles to try to regain movement, and you take 1 level of bashing damage.
You just need some potassium, bro.
Get this man a banana!
Does that mean I'm on, like, bruised level?
Yes, you are.
Okay. That's not that bad.
Augustyn, roll 4 dice, please.
And they're just trying to knock the mask off.
That is 2 successes. Your plant's vines reach up and kind of weave their way around the edges of Death's mask, and start pulling on it. And there's a sudden snap of like a strap that was keeping the mask attached to his head, and the mask detaches, and you see underneath it pretty much exactly what you've seen in like museums and like National Geographic photos of like what a mummy's face looks like. It's sunken in, it's decayed, it looks kind of freeze dried, super gross. And you see Death kind of like reach out for the mask, like, oh shit, gimme. Now for that grabbing his head roll, that's gonna be
I mean, whichever is apparently the most efficient. If I need to put both hands in the top half of his mouth, or if I need to put one in one and just pry him apart reverse accordion style.
It's not something I usually think about and try and guess the efficiency of.
if you're coming up beside someone, I think like this, like two hands, each jaw. So that is gonna be dexterity plus brawl. -1.
I just leveled up brawl.
Ruin penalty.
Wait a second here. This guy's a mummy. He's all wrapped up like a mummy, right?
Oh, God.
If he's like all wet down here, that can't be good. He's gonna have to like rewrap after this.
Real pain in the ass.
If he lives.
It's gonna be like
in
all.
any sense of the word.
That sucks because if he gets wet ever, like if it rains, he has to get a whole new outfit.
Now you understand why he turned to evil.
That sucks.
Not practical.
I'm not sure that's what he was going for
Dad?
when he decided to be a mummy.
Is that one success or was it difficulty 7?
No. That's a standard difficulty. So that is 1 success. Now for damage, just give me a strength roll, which is going to be 2 dice for you.
And that's... I have to apply damage penalty, yeah?
Oh, yeah. 1 die for you. I believe in you.
No whammies. Nailed it.
Oh.
6!
I give him a dentist appointment.
Ah!
So,
Here you go. Here's their card.
see what
Here's
that
your appointment card.
circle looks like.
Death, I don't think you've been flossing, bud.
So with Death's mask pulled off and him momentarily distracted trying to grab it from your vines, you run up and you put both of your hands into this gentleman's mouth and start trying to pry his jaw apart to do him damage, and you feel his jaw like kind of open and then clamp shut again, and you get your fingers out just in time to not be bit off, and it doesn't appear that was effective.
In front of God and everybody and try
Like a little snapping turtle.
Excavo, give me a dexterity plus firearms roll, please.
Nope.
Not your knight.
No. I fired and I missed.
Excavo aiming straight ahead.
Not a botch, though, so your allies are safe.
At least you're safe from me.
So Death is now dealing with a variety of things coming after him and trying to harm him.
Not me, though.
You're relatively safe. Augustyn, when you reach your hands into Death's mouth, there is something
Does this happen?
unusual.
I'm sorry. I do get my celerity action, so just before we roll on to the next.
Oh, yeah, that is going to be right after Death's move.
Okay.
Death is at the end of the round.
Got it.
So with your hands in Death's mouth, you feel something unusual. Death's tongue is not the like wide, soft, wet flopper that a traditional tongue is.
Oh no.
Flopper.
It feels thinner, and it feels more solid, and it feels pointed. And you feel the tongue darting out to stab you.
Oh shit.
Ew.
Very cool.
Ew.
So I perceived this, but that didn't actually necessarily come to fruition. Like, I managed to snap my fingers out before his tongue manages to French my fingers.
No, you got it out before his teeth chomped your fingers.
The whole time I've been trying to warn you guys about that. I was I've been like trying with all my might to scream, "That's not a flopper," but I can't. I'm rigor mortis.
And we're all underwater.
You're Rick and Mortied.
I'm Rick and Mortied right now. I can't even move at all. Which is the exact same effect that Dan Harmon's great comedy has on me. Really leaves me in stitches.
So
Or when you're watching it, you just can't move away.
So I guess the question I have is, do I understand you correctly as stated that like my fingers get out before getting tongue staked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so
No.
after
You are being
It
a
came out
after
the last second.
so after what Augustyn did to him last episode,
I'm trying to think. So you said his ass is available to me, right?
So you reach down with 5 fingers to get as much seed as you can.
And I'm attempting to fist death.
And now you're going to put your seed in his butt. Am I following?
Death is going to
Yes.
turn around and then tongue him.
Look, I'm just saying this is romance here. I'm showing you guys how it's done. Death and I are just meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Death's real name is Des, but they can't say it, so they just go Death.
I mean,
'Cause their
like,
tongue.
I'm really just trying to avenge my best friend who
Tony,
At
I
this
don't
point,
feel so good.
he died a long time ago now.
How long's it been since Onion Jack passed away?
I mean, it was tonight.
Has it been like a full
Story
day?
wise, it has not even been a full day yet, but
Has it
it's
even been
a
like a
very
full
lo-
hour?
It's been a long time for us.
So one successful strike roll and one successful damage. Is that correct? Generally, correct, or one?
This bizarre alien, very snake-like tongue darts out of Death's mouth, and you feel it like just barely miss your hands as you're extracting them from his mouth. It looks like it could have done quite a bit of damage, but it actually managed to miss you. Darby, give me another chakram roll. That's going to be dexterity plus melee, and your dexterity is 6 at the moment. Damn. It's a lot of dice. I see 3 successes. So give me, for damage, strength plus potence plus 4.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
5
God,
successes. Your second chakram comes out and attacks the same arm that the first one did, slicing it clean off.
Hell yeah.
You see Death's left arm floating away. All of a sudden, he seems to seize up and goes completely still.
Is this gonna be like when you beat Sephiroth, but then he gets bigger and badder? It's like phase
Maybe.
2 boss. Okay, that's a yeah.
Everyone can declare their actions, but Death isn't moving. Death is just sort of like slowly tilting over and sinking down into the bed of this little lake.
I too am not moving. And I did it first, and he's just copying me.
A few long moments pass, and Death continues to not move. And
Is
Archibald,
the hand also sinking down into the ground?
The hand is the arm is neutrally buoyant and is kind of floating, but Archibald regains full use of his body.
So new round. Who has initiative first? Isn't that Darby still?
Highest initiative, yes.
Okay.
Does my bonus action that I burned blood for still happen now?
If you would like to do something, sure, but you've kind of lost that one. Well, what is everyone's intentions?
For me, I see them not moving. I feel like I would hold my action until they start moving. Like I
Okay.
would stay near the back, keep my gun aimed, and just wait. Just give it around and wait and see what happens.
I would like to take an action
Augustyn, what do you do?
if no one else is doing anything.
I just want to wait and see.
If Death is inert, and I still have 1 round left on the movement of my vines, I'm going to use their assistance alongside my own limbs as best I can to grab a selection, not all, but like half of whatever seeds are in my pockets, and embed them in his inert face, and start to try to cast growth to anchor him to the ground.
The plants on both ends will meet each other.
So your goal is to bind him to the bottom of this lake.
You want to interrogate him underground.
Yes.
Like trap him underground. Okay.
What do you know?
Okay. Archibald, what do you want to do?
I'm going to take my sickle, and he is like a mummy, right? He's all wrapped up.
Yeah. Kind
Okay.
of loosely, like Mum Ra.
Okay, well, yeah, I know exactly the master plan. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to just kind of take the sickle all along the length of him. I'm going to cut his bandages off, and then he'll be, even if he's still alive, he'll be too embarrassed to do anything because he's going to be naked.
Got it.
Is Death
Fool.
afraid of naked?
Fool. Well, why would he be wearing the bandages if he didn't want to, if he wasn't? Could you think?
He could have worn anything else.
Could you just think about it for 1 second? Of course he would be embarrassed. He doesn't have a very good hot body on account of being decayed. He has terrible body image issues. This is his one weakness.
Finally, Darby, what do you do?
I don't think someone stopping moving is enough for Darby to stop murdering. So
Exactly what I'm saying, my man.
Oh, that's dark.
I got no confirmation that Death is dead.
We've done it before.
I'm continuing to murder Death.
In fact, the only way to know that Death is dead, since he's already Death, we have to make him alive again.
Wait, what?
To nurse Death back down so that Death could then take Death's soul.
Yeah. Let's wait. There were those paramedics outside. Let's
Paramedic.
take him to the hospital.
Yeah, one got shot right
The
in the face.
hospital.
Oh yeah, we super killed him.
That was the former
Like,
smart one.
Super killed him.
Which they said the ghost was gonna come down here. We haven't seen them yet. I feel like there's gonna be a bunch of ghosts and stuff, huh?
I mean, you
We'll
get the
see.
vibe that like there were a bunch of ghosts in there, but like there was just like sort of a collection of lots of vague ghosts just hanging out. It was a ghosty kind of atmosphere. So
Been
what
there.
specifically does Darby do?
I think he just keeps hacking away, try to take off more and more limbs, just try to dismember Death.
Describe that in detail. Like, what specifically are you doing? Because you're
I
going
think-
first.
Yeah.
I think he hacks off the tries to get the right arm off at the same joint, and then if he succeeds at that, goes for the legs with celerity again. Because I don't know if I know that the fight's not over to Darby. Like it's still game on.
So, Darby, as your chakrams come down on his right arm, you get a response from him. There is a bit of twitching. There's a convulsion. And then as soon as the right arm comes off, catatonic again, not moving at all. You continue with the legs?
Yeah, it's sort of like the end of The Watchmen. You know, Darby's just like real disappointed and beating the shit out of this like inert corpse of a guy.
Gotcha.
Of Death. So I think Darby peters himself out after like maybe he gets one of the legs off and it's just like, oh shit, this isn't any fun. What's this thing's problem?
So Death is now one-limbed. He only has a leg. Augustyn, what were you going to ask?
This is like the black eye.
Just as a role-playing side note, I think for one of the first times in several instances of the campaign, Augustyn and Darby are on basically the same behavioral wavelength. And just like in a fleeting moment as he's retrieving seeds to be just unnecessarily vicious to death, he looks over you with just like a beaming look of admiration. And then goes back.
Maybe that's what finally gets Darby to stop. He's like, "Oh man, wait, hang on.
No,
maybe
I'm Team Augustyn. I
this
must be doing
this has
wrong.
this has gone too far. This can't be right." Darby's humanity kicks in. He's like, "I don't know. Am I the baddie? What happened here?"
Am I the baddie?
I think while I see you guys about to just like wreck him, I'm looking at you like, guys, you can't just be crude about this. You have to be strategic, surgical, even.
I stay out of that.
As you draw your sickle through all of the wrappings, you see.
I don't
that-
even have to roll for that. That's a free move.
I don't know what you would even roll for that,
It's like
but
uncontested.
I don't know how
Roll
you
for
would screw
sickle.
that up.
Leave it to us, Graham.
Have you seen the things that I've screwed up so far?
You are cutting fabric, and you have potence and a sickle, so I'm gonna say.
Good.
I mean, you're welcome to roll just to see if you
You are
botch
OP
and like take
against
off.
the fabric.
Okay.
As you do that, and as you expose Death, you see that like his body is like quite skeletal, like a skeleton with just like skin like clinging onto it and looking a little rotten here and there. You also see tattoos that look like hieroglyphics and like various symbols that look like old, very faded tattoos kind of up and down the body. And you see little things that seem to have been like tucked into the wrappings kind of float away. Things that look like rocks, like little gems and crystals and things like that. And you yank off all of the wrappings, and Death is now naked, other than the like hooded cloak that he was wearing.
So describe him.
He looks like an old dead man with some rad
More
tattoos.
Describe him more.
He's still wearing this cloak that looks
You know
like
what
a
I mean.
cape. Oh, yeah.
Not there. I want to know.
So the one part of
more.
his body not affected by decay. The only part of his body that does not seem to be shriveled and skeletal. Yeah, he's got a big old dick.
Why?
That's what you wanted, Blake, isn't it? Isn't it?
I rolled for it, and it came up very high.
Nat 8.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was actually an 8. 8.5, but I think it's fair to round down.
Be too embarrassed to do anything now.
And it is also not moving. So I guess Death still has 2 limbs left that Darby has not yet cut off.
No snake fear roll for me because it's not moving.
Both similarly sized.
Yeah, right, right.
Oh my dear.
He was a tripod before Darby took one of the legs off.
He is now a bipod.
Augustyn.
So I'm still following through with the action. My vines are grabbing some seeds. I'm grabbing some seeds. And all my available limbs, meaty and not, are trying to embed seeds in Death's innate skull, and then trying to cast Speed of Seasons Growth as hard as I possibly can to anchor his head and everything else to the bottom of the lake.
Okay, if you do that, you will have 5 blood and you will be hungry. Are you still okay
That
with
is
doing that?
totally fine. That is the vibe.
Okay, you do exactly that. You
Vibe.
have time. You can concentrate. I'm going to say you don't have to roll for that. And this poor creature's head is now like buried under a mass of, let's say, whatever plant life was already kind of growing out of the bottom of the lake. Lake grass. Is that a thing? It's a thing in
it is
New
now.
Cammack.
It's like seaweed, but with lakes. And
This is
more
your
angrier.
world. It is a thing now.
I guess my Augustyn's only perplexion, like, he has a deep-seated feeling of, oh god, what is it? Satisfaction at his recent endeavors and like feeling of control over the situation, but can't get over why he's still hearing boss battle music.
My question, where is the bear? We've been underwater.
It's still in the
this whole
sewer.
time.
It's still in the sewer on the map that we can still see.
It's still
I
in the
left
sewer.
him. Paddington is chilling right here.
Paddington is just chilling with the corpse of its
Right
dead
where?
mother.
Okay.
Over there?
He's at the surface of the water by the grate.
Cool. And presumably is still there.
If he hasn't meandered over and started like eating Wally as a snack, I don't know. This is a traumatized bear cub.
So, Death is not moving at all. So it's debatable if this is combat. But if everyone wants to take turns, we could use initiative order to figure out who does their thing first. Is anyone doing any combat-like action?
All the fire's out of Darby now.
I'm probably like cutting some more stuff off.
Archibald, what do you... there's like the hood and there's his body. Which of those... like the hooded cloak?
And also his soul.
Yeah.
Oh, diablerizing. Right.
True, actually, I would be tempted to
Can
do
you
that.
diablerize Death?
About to find out.
Because Excavo diablerized the other one, right?
Right in front of you.
Yeah. I think that would be some great revenge for Onion Jack.
Excavo, please give me a willpower roll. Difficulty 9.
9.
Oh no.
Willpower.
Wait, we should have staked this guy while we were just like sitting around with his corpse.
I see at least one success. Well, that doesn't seem right.
One of them came up at
Wait.
19.
Yeah, you can't roll 10 factorial.
Oh, okay. Do the whole roll again.
There's
That's
6,
confusing.
9, 7, 10, 8, 3.
6, 9, 7, 10, 8, 3 is...
Oh, two of my dice were added together. What in the world? Yeah, there was a 6, there's a 9, 7, 10.
Oh,
Well,
you're
you
looking
did-
at the actual
You did get a
dice.
9 and a 10. So even if one of the
Yeah.
dice were removed, that is one success. Okay. So I'm gonna say that, yeah, you succeeded in that weird
Interesting.
roll.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any combat-like intentions with
I was
Death?
going to take head off, but I would actually like to stake him. Do we have anything we can stake him with?
I don't believe any of you have stakes, no.
Can he borrow my tontos that I let go in the lake to... Oh no, it has to be wood, doesn't it? Damn.
Yep.
It has
Poop.
to be wood.
You
Aren't my
could use a tonto to
tonfas
carve a vine into a stake, I guess.
Are my tonfas wood?
Tonfas, also Darby has nunchaku that are wood.
Would that count if we staked him with a tonfa?
Sure.
I think so.
Anything's a stake if you try hard enough.
I'm very strong. Or I could just like poke a hole with my sickle and then shove it in the rest of the way.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
You can pre-drill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can pre-drill.
Okay, so that I would like to make that my action is staking him.
And he's
Yeah,
held.
do you
he's held
ask me
down,
for a
so-
tonfa? Is that
Keep in mind you are underwater and cannot speak to each other.
right?
Okay, I text her with my waterproof phone.
Okay. You can also surface and talk. That's an option.
I'm gonna hang on. I gotta get a ruling on that.
I signed to her that I
No,
need to borrow the tonfa.
Oh, just like gimme.
Yeah, give me.
Woo, woo.
I point at it. I'm just like,
And I kind of swim that way.
Now this is entertainment. Okay, so I would now like to stake him.
Okay.
You pre-drill.
We pre-drill. Good thing we spent all those off days doing cool training and making up a bunch of very elaborate hand signals.
Okay, so you're sticking the tonfa into Death's heart?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a dexterity plus melee roll, difficulty 9, for targeting the heart. The staking roll is actually pretty tricky.
I wish I'd known that. Okay, dexterity plus melee?
Yes. Actually, kind of think that because Death is immobile, I think you get automatic successes. So yeah, so I'm gonna change my mind. No roll necessary. It might take you a couple times to like kind of maneuver around and like get specifically the heart, but you do pierce the tonfa through the heart.
Sick. I'm gonna do the roll just in case.
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
gonna see what it would have been. Okay, I still would have.
You got one success there.
Cool.
You would have done it anyway, even if he were up
Cool.
and moving around and
There we
trying to
go.
avoid you. So what do you guys do now?
I would like to Diablerize him. Because that's the only way to like permanently take these guys out, isn't it?
I mean, it's a way to take him out for sure. I don't know if I'd say it's the only way.
Yeah, we already got one.
Archibald might believe this.
Feeling the utmost confidence in the outcome of my anchor vines, a moment of clarity and peace has reminded me that Paddington is still in the sewer. So, feeling like I've got all the time in the world, I go and retrieve my bear and try not to drown it, dragging it back through the pipe.
Good. As you do that, you find Paddington kind of pawing at zombie Wally's corpse, but otherwise unharmed and apparently happy to see you.
Best bear dad.
Excavo and Darby see Archibald moving in to drain the blood from Death. And reminder, everyone would know that diablerie is very frowned upon in the Camarilla. It's seen as terrible sin. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. In general, it's one of those, like, if anyone's caught doing it, it's like a death sentence. But also, it's not unheard of for a prince to give special permission for, like, this guy was a huge dick. Find him and kill him, and whoever does gets to diablerize him as, like, a reward for whoever can successfully hunt an especially heinous enemy of the Camarilla down. So it's the worst sin in Camarilla society, but also occasionally done and sanctioned.
I'm going to say that since we have no contact with the outside world, and this is literally the biggest threat to vampiredom, and I am the prince, I'm going to say it's okay. I sanction it.
You've got to declare with bubbly fingers.
It
Darby's
is
not definitely not trying to stop him.
It's sanctioned.
Excavo, you have the opportunity to interfere. You have the opportunity to try to diablerize Death instead. You would definitely feel like...
I figured one each would be fair, but actually, now that I think about it, what if Excavo just diablerized all of them?
Excavo,
What would we be creating?
Excavo would, like, the thought would cross your mind that you are the
To be the one
proper
who conquered
person.
death. Yeah.
You're
To be the one conquered death.
you deserve it more than anyone else would.
Because I should be the prince. I should be the prince.
Yeah.
Okay. I would try to interfere.
Interfere in
You
what way?
got one already. I let you have the delivered mushroom man, delivered fungus man. Let me have this one. He killed my best friend. You already got one. It's only fair if we share now.
No, I should be the right of a prince.
Archibald,
We're
it's
just having a coup right now?
it's maybe worth noting that your dependent personality disorder would make you inclined to not exert leadership over someone else and to defer to someone else's like decision making. However, you can suppress that urge entirely by burning a temporary willpower point.
What are the advantages of diablerization?
If the victim is of a lower generation than you, then your generation lowers, and if your generation lowers, that can increase the maximum number of attribute dots that you have. It can potentially open up like elder level disciplines, increase your blood pool, increase how many blood points you can spend per turn. Also, you let me check here. I haven't listed.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I got from when I did that.
You benefits include you could temporarily get some cool stuff that the victim had, like dots and disciplines.
Okay, yeah, it's
downsides,
worth
though,
it. I will. What?
Downsides worth mentioning this, and it would make sense that you would like kind of vaguely know this from like the rumors about Diablerie. Diablerie remains visible in your aura for at least 1 year, possibly longer. Also, you automatically lose 1 dot of humanity, and you can potentially lose more. I think in this case, no, you would only lose 1 dot of humanity. And you will be overwhelmed by an orgasmic euphoria and must make a self-control roll at a difficulty of 10 minus your humanity. Otherwise, you will go into an ecstatic frenzy.
Great. Let's see. Okay, I have an idea. We should move him out of the water so that we can actually talk about this.
You can do that.
And actually deliberate.
If you were to just take him and pull him above the water, I would follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna take him and just try to go above the water so we can all get this figured out.
I guess in posterity, I apologize for having anchored him to the mud and made him all that much heavier.
It takes a little bit of sickling to detach him from the bottom, but you drag him up to the edge of the lake, and you see that you are not very far. Just like you're not very far from where the haunted house was, and you are in the woods, the same woods that the prospectors live in. And you're not really near them, but kind of like way off in the distance, you see the lights of like their campfires. You're in the general vicinity of that.
Where?
You are near the prospector camp in the forest.
Oh, okay. So we like left and came like right out of the sewer and brought him out?
Correct.
Okay. Are we all here? Did Augustyn catch up back with us?
Oh yeah, Augustyn, do you you would know how to circle back and like come out through the storm drain that you entered through?
That would be my assumption, right?
Yeah, but you could also, if you want to rejoin the group, you would know the general direction that the pipe was in, and if you walk in that direction, you would see them like emerging on the edge of the lake.
Assuming nothing insane happens with the inert body, then yeah, I just generally make my way back with Paddington, trying specifically not to drown Paddington.
Okay. You are all together, and you have the body of the nude and dismembered Horseman Death at your feet.
Well, everyone, we've done it again. Go team! High fives all around.
I mean, it's like mostly me, but yeah, sure, all right, high fives for everybody, I suppose.
All right, the last time, Darby, you weren't around because you were dead, but the last time when you've killed the other one, and he killed you also, Excavo diablerized him, which I thought was a really great idea, because, we need to get these horseman fellas out of our hair once and for all. So what do we say? There's 4 horsemen, there's 4 of us, 1 each?
But I have to kill them all? Is that... Am I hearing the plan here? So I'll kill them, and then you get...
I start trying to diablerize Death.
I killed his snake.
During this conversation. I just go.
She's going
Excavo,
for number 2.
This doesn't seem fair or equitable.
I deserve it. And then I just keep going.
Darby, Augustyn, are you guys, chill with this?
I mean, you want to try to get in between her and this mess over here? I mean, she got that look in her eye.
I almost liked the idea that I just happened to turn the corner as I'm returning to see Excavo lunging to suck the soul out of Death. It was like, indeed, this is the most logical conclusion. Just absolutely nothing out of the ordinary here. Not to say that I agree with it, just it makes sense that she's doing it.
Darby's still just bitching, trying to appeal with logic. Wait a minute, I've been doing all of the hard work. I killed that big ass alligator, the big bear, and just not paying any attention to what Excavo is doing.
I think I do grab her from the back and hold her up and
you pick me up and I just kind of...
And I think I do say something to the effect of, I already tried to kill one of you today. I don't need to stop there.
I deserve it!
Well, this sounds like a strength plus brawl roll between Archibald and Excavo.
Oh yeah, I strength plus brawl? I know I'm going to
opposed roll.
Do I have potence too?
2 plus
Oh, yeah.
1 is
Yes, you
3.
add your potence to it.
Okay. Oh, whoops, I have that set to 9.
1 success for... way more successes for Archibald.
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
Oh, in my deferment thing, did I need to burn a willpower thing?
I think that's most fair. You burned a temporary willpower point to assert yourself in this scene. So Excavo doesn't manage to get any of the blood and gets yoinked off of Death's body.
I do think that Darby seeing that the prince stiff-armed her away is all right, hey, slow your roll, Excavo, and he steps in and tries to calm her down as well.
I feel like...
Ooh, I try and use my mental powers
Dominate?
to convince Archie that I deserve this, for sure.
I mean, I was going to say that us locked in this struggle seems like a really good cliffhanger point since it's 10.
It seems like it's going to be a struggle between Excavo and Archibald. Both of you are not... neither of you are giving up. So yeah, if that is the case, and neither of you is going to just give up and let the other one have it, then this is where we're going to end this session.
Spend some XP.
But it sure seems like this counts as a defeat of Death, and as such, everyone gets an extra experience point.
Oh, man.
Archibald, you have 3 experience points, and you can spend 3 experience points on, a new ability
I'm interested to know the mechanics of his forward jump. So he can use his jump ability to move laterally?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's his special thing is just like doubling all jump distances, whether they're vertical or horizontal.
Oh, okay. I see.
So I think with just 3 points, I am going to hold off there.
All right. Augustyn, you have 25. Are you still holding him for some sweet, sweet thaumaturgy?
I am holding 20. I'm just assuming I'm at 5 points because I've already kind of dedicated the 20 to the big magic-y evolution times.
Okay.
But I don't assume it would take 5 of those points to get a starting point in melee. I feel like I did some instinctually combat-oriented rolls as far as just like getting down and dirty and trying to smack that bitch up that is death.
3 points for
3 points for your first dot of melee.
Cool, yeah. Tried to pry death's head in twain. Will be the note I put there.
Is there anything else you want to spend points on?
I'm going to go ahead and hold those 2 remaining points to do something else cheeky at my next availability. I think that's the one that makes the most sense. I can't, unless there's something that for like 2 or 3 points I can, like the fidelity with which I was operating my plants. But I think that's what I can do.
Nope, that's
or
about
all
it.
I can do.
I don't think anything costs 2 points. Does it?
Nah, that doesn't sound like vampires.
The second dot of an ability would be 2 points. Okay. Darby, you are sitting on 9 points. You last told me that you are holding off for having 16 points to get your 5th dot of dexterity. Is that still the case?
Yeah. So we all got 3 today. Is that how that works? And
Yeah.
I have 9 total. All right. So yeah, I think that means what is that? 4 more sessions. I'm trying to get dexterity, my 5th dot of dexterity. 16 points, I believe, for that.
And Excavo, you have 4 points.
I'm gonna hold off. I don't really have anything in mind specifically to get her right now.
Once you have 8 points, you can get a 3rd dot of dexterity to represent the like firearms experience you've been getting.
You have been shooting a lot.
Because I did already upgrade firearms to 1 dot in a previous session. So that'll be a better way. That'll be a good way to get another dot for that. Yeah. So yeah, for now, nothing specific I want to get.
Cool. Well, I think this is a fun session. Looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to sort out in the beginning of the next one.
I deserve it.
I'm all
Joe.
about equity and everyone getting their equal fair share.
Well, I'm all about domination. It's why I'm better.
I also like to enact my personal revenge on my best friend.
There is a rare either Assamite or Tremere ritual that lets multiple people diablerize someone at once, and like everyone gets the benefit. But it's obscure, and I don't even remember which clan it's from. But like, that'd be cool, right?
Wouldn't that be convenient right now?
And nobody knows it.
And like if we're min-maxing for the party, it's definitely.
Are you about to call Elizabeth?
Lady, what's her fuck? What if I have the prince on conference call and we cut a vampire's soul in twain? Like, just...
So yeah, Camarilla member, we were all diablerizing this guy together, and
Yeah.
oh wait,
Yeah,
just-
you know that
just
really
go with me.
illegal thing that's like the worst thing ever? We're trying to figure out who gets to do it.
Well, I mean, I think that Graham makes a good case. I mean, the prince of the city can be like, we know for sure this ends the threat of a horseman. It's a huge
Yeah.
enemy. We are empowered to do this on our own, so maybe it's part of the process. It's required.
There's no one to challenge Archibald's authority. at the
Except
moment.
for
It's like people
Excavo.
can already see from my aura that I've Diablerized something
That's
previously.
true. You got the stank on you.
Yep.
I got the stank on me.
And there's, I think the book describes like, there's like this uneasy feeling for a while after you've Diablerized someone where people just get sort of like other vampires get like an evil kind of vibe off of you, like a non-specific, like, I think you're a bad person, that lasts for a little while. But has no
That sounds
specific
about right.
mechanical effects.
Checks out,
Just
honestly.
bad vibes. Immeasurable.
These
Until next
vibes
time?
are off the charts. Yep.
Until
Yeah,
next
awesome
time.
stuff.
Time.
Love you guys.
There you go.
Have a kick-ass night.
Alright. See ya.